All right, everyone. Thanks so much for listening to another episode of Full Body Cast Presents Garage Night. Garage Night brought to you by Cole Street Brewery, 1627 Cole Street, Enumclaw, Washington. Say hi to Sean, order something from him. He borrows my wheelbarrow from time to time to take care of stuff at his house. So ask for the wheelbarrow special and see what he says. And then go to Bordeaux Wine Bar. They don't borrow my wheelbarrow, but just go in there and say hi. And there's a $2 Full Body Cast. You get $2 off there for your first drink. If you take yourself in, you got to show them that though. Okay, show them that. It's listed in their little like Squarespace or whatever, so it is there. Go to Mazatlan. Say hi to Andy. Say what up to Andy. We went there for Megan's 19th birthday that we had last week. That was pretty fun. Got to see Andy. And then also, we're going to shout out Oh Chef Country Kitchen because they've been so good to us, specifically Corey.
I felt like a VIP.
You are a VIP.
And it was delicious what I got.
Well, we'll talk about that in a second. But we got Craig for the garage. We got Craig Bentley on the mic.
Yep. Name's Craig.
Here
I am.
We got Corey on the mic as well.
My name is not Craig.
What is it?
Steve.
So we've got so that's pretty cool. Dan is the newest Patreon. I'm gonna shout all the Patreons out real quick, but Dan,
no board still.
Coots Schneider is on the Patreon list now. Newest. Love him. Thank you very much for being a part of it. Kellen Hall, Holly Graff, Adam Kenny Art, Seth Loop, Cassie Spencer, who I just saw. That was kind of fun to see her at Starbucks when I was delivering DoorDash. She's a manager over there at the Starbucks in Bonnie Lake. That's in it's near the Walmart in that parking lot area. Shekinah Sarver, Jared Skelley, Homer Robertson, Ben Illman, Jamie Roberts, I'm coughing my wife's name. Jamie Kenny, Apollo Doodle, Jackson Sidehook, Sasha Carey Lynn, Thomas Savageau, Councilman Anthony Wright, Cameron Stratton for your real estate needs, Katri Hoban. I haven't seen a lot of these people. I miss her. Homer Robertson, Homer the Vet, see him too much. Jackie Van Hoof, and Dan Kutz Snyder. And Corey, go ahead. He pulled his wallet out.
I said I was surprised Jackson is still there because he said he listened to the last one and he sent me a text that said, Marty O'Shea, I'm out. And he said he's dangerously close to losing one of his 17 listeners and spring training is starting soon. Tell him he needs to redeem himself by saying something smart about baseball and that I'll be waiting.
Okay.
First of all, I'd like to give him a shout out because he actually thinks we have 17 listeners.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
So
we've duped. We've duped him. This is why he's still a Patreon because he can't figure out how to unsubscribe. No, thank you, Jackson. Yes. Listen, I think we're gonna have a huge year by JP Sears. I think that Logan Gilbert is probably gonna win the Cy Young. And that Julio Rodriguez is going to probably, catch fire like he did last season, and he's going to break his consecutive games with hits. It's going to book all those three things. I know JP Sears doesn't play for the Mariners, but I think it's funny that I think there's a comedian out there named JP Sears.
Sounds like a clown name.
Yeah, JP Patches Sears. He sears his patches. But anyway, also, funny thing, this episode will be coming out at some point. Not this one. This one's obviously coming out, but another one. Nick Tanner hit me up like a couple weeks ago and said, hey, I got a buddy that wants to get into podcasting. Can I talk to you? And this guy named Billy, I should share. And so this guy named Billy came out. He's from Bonnie Lake. He was able to come out and record. And this guy's obviously, this guy is... he's talking about the craziest stuff. And his cliffhanger, he grew up in the 80s, left Virginia in the 80s, hitchhiked all the way to Hollywood. And then he's talking about cocaine and all this crazy mess he got into while he was on the streets. But he also, at the same time, was able to make friends with club owners. And he almost fought a band member from one of... from a band, and he really liked the guy until this guy picked a fight with him. And then there's his cliffhanger. Well, and this was like a half an hour. He's trying to figure out where he got his name. His name, Billy Painted Horse Costello, also known as Nicky Saint Costello. He's also on YouTube. And so anyways, I just invited him out. Shout out to Nick for that. But the crazy thing is he's like, I got a story for you. And we're like an hour in. And I'm like, just leave it on a cliffhanger. And he goes, okay. Gotta come back and tell you the time I almost killed Axl Rose. I'm like, this guy is just freaking lightning in a bottle. Like, I told him, just start your own channel. But, I mean, he's gonna help me out more than anything, which is nice.
Sounds like a right up the alley of a garage night guest.
That's what I'm thinking. He's like the type of guy, you'll listen to the episode if you guys do, 17 of you. Yeah, right, 12 of you. Right? 12 and a half.
That's pushing it. I don't know about double digits.
Someone's going to start and stop it at some point, and then it's going to count. But
I haven't clicked that one in a while.
There's but he was like exactly, I saw my parents this. He's very entertaining, but he's the type of guy. He's my first non-buddy that I've never met that's been on Full Buddy. And so
it was buddy adjacent
cast, fully adjacent.
Whoa,
hey! But anyway, it was like when you go to a bar by yourself, you're gonna have a drink by yourself, you're gonna chill, and you pony up, and you get your non-wheat beer because you might be allergic to the wheat in the beer.
That's understandable.
Yeah,
I feel that.
And then the next thing you know, there's a guy next to you, and he's telling you his life story, and you're like, "How did I get into this?" And yeah, this guy could be a movie. But yeah, he's very interesting, very entertaining. Lots of talking.
Maybe I'll listen to it.
No, you won't. I need that 13th, man.
Wow.
I'll listen to it twice so we get 10 views instead of 9.
We got Skarey Skelleys this week, believe it or not, and we got a Veronica's Hot Topic.
Ooh, man,
so,
we're just
I know
loaded, ready to roll.
I know that's how. But Craig was telling me off the air that his daughter got something recently. Please tell that story again. I'm so excited to hear it again.
So I guess like I don't know if it ever went out of style, but I used to go in high school. We used to go to Goodwill a lot.
Yes.
Go through.
Yes.
Like I just said, hey, go to Goodwill. They call it thrifting now, right? And my daughter's
because of
almost
Macklemore.
Yeah, almost 18, and she's been on this thrifting kick with some of her friends who they're not from Enumclaw, so they've been doing it in different areas like Federal Way, other Kent, Maple Valley, whatever. But they decided her friends were in town, 2 of her friends in town, not from Enumclaw. They go to the Enumclaw, I believe it's called Pennies from Heaven
or,
whatever,
yeah.
to do some thrifting. And she comes home with a purchase of a Full Buddy sweatshirt.
Pink one.
A pink one. And
That's how you know you made it.
What I was asking Trav was, I remember when you started these sweatshirts, there wasn't a whole lot of pink ones.
Yeah.
So I was just trying to figure out who to thank.
Yeah.
For the $6 or $7 sweatshirt that my daughter bought.
Probably they bought it for $40 and then they sold it and they gave it away. The pennies for heaven. Here's the thing. Thank you very much for that. That's a kind of highlight, but I might have to do a buyback program because believe it or not, people still ask me if I have hoodies and I'm running out. Like I owe Dan one and I owe my cousins some. And
well, there's 2 things. It sounds like time for garage night hoodies. And what it sounds like.
I don't want to make any more hoodies.
What I'm going to imagine is that this person listened to like an episode and was just like, nah, I'm done. I'm taking this right now. And they took that by itself down there and donated it.
Here's the thing.
I'd like to think, before you say it, I'd like to think that by accident, it got put in to a bag that they were donating.
Yeah, possibly.
Now they're going to want it back.
There's 4 people or 6 people that I think I know who I know some of them that have pink. I can remember. I just gave some 2 each to one to Jackie Van Hoof and one to Melissa Franz for coming on for This Is the Way We Live. So if it looks like it's brand new and donated, that's theirs.
That'd be awesome.
I also gave them to John and Jen Solbrack. I think they actually bought it from me. Which I think Jen got a pink one. Also, Dean and Rachel Stoneburner, and I think they both got pink. Actually,
There's like Sherlock Holmes in this.
And then Rachel's mom, gosh, what's her name? I'm blanking right now. Joanne. Joanne got a pink one as well. So it's got to be one of them. And I know Rachel was telling me that she was just decluttering her house. And so she did drop off a bunch of stuff. But I wouldn't, I mean, yeah, who's going to Pennies from Heaven and dropping them off there? Maybe. I don't know.
It's a good donation spot.
But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to find out. I will find out. I will figure this one out.
It's probably one of those does it bring you joy type of things. And then they looked at it and they're like, nah.
Nah. Is this a need to have, nice to have, or why do I have it?
I don't even remember where I got this.
What is
It's
this?
gone.
What is full
I'm
bloody?
just happy that your daughter bought it. Listen.
And she didn't even ask me for the money. She spent her own money on it.
That's a benefit. I see none of that revenue, but I am happy that she spent.
And I know she's worn it to school.
That's awesome.
Look at this advertising you're getting out of
Great.
this. It's actually working out.
If I was a genius, I would have put listen to the podcast somewhere on that hoodie rather than just this thing where the people are like, what is that?
Well, it sounds like you should make more hoodies and then donate half of them to the so people find them and they're like, oh, cool.
No, random Goodwills, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because then they can get the shirt and be like, oh, maybe I should listen to this.
This looks cool.
Yeah.
What is this vintage podcast?
Yeah.
I'm thrifty.
Yeah.
Write that
so
down.
Anyway, I'm just happy that she didn't pick it up off the rack and go, hey, took a picture of it and set it back and said, that's pretty cool. That was there, Dad. She bought it with her own money. So she gets big ups. Big ups. Big ups.
Did she check the pockets of every coat for money? Is that what she bought it with?
I don't know if I've
That's a Craig special.
showed her how to do that.
That's actually a genius idea.
That's how we used to buy stuff.
We were in, I don't even remember where we were one time. I think Maple Valley, and we went through all the sport coats and literally found $20, $30 just in random creased dirty ones, and you had to wash your hand pretty good
Thoroughly
after
after that?
But yeah.
But got some cool T-shirts.
Yeah, because then you just turn around and spend the money, so you basically get free stuff.
Do you know what he does if he can't find money, though?
What's that?
Have we ever talked about this on here?
Yes, I think we
He
have.
screws Goodwill and switches the tags.
I don't. I have
Switch
before,
tags to Goodwill.
but
I mean, I don't feel that
Bad
bad.
will.
I don't feel that bad because Goodwill's actually a for-profit company.
Bad Will Hunting.
But
I was looking for the picture, but I can't
Still.
find it.
Well, that's exciting. Shout out to her. This is something for Jackson. So listen up, Jackson. It's another baseball thing.
here's another nugget for you.
Here's a little nugget for you. So I took a DoorDasher because I'm DoorDashing, obviously. I took a DoorDasher. They said survey. It'll be about 20 minutes. So I took it on my lunch today. And in it, I think they were trying to see if people were just clicking to get through. Because if you did get all the way through, you were entered to win something. And so it was the only one, though, out of the entire, all the questions. It was like, how often do you purchase online, food online to be delivered? And then why do you, why don't you? And then they had, what do you spend your money on? That was one of 80 questions. One of them was, what do you spend your money on? Select all that, apply. And I'm not joking when it was this. It said groceries. It was groceries, vacations, buying a baseball team, and then it was electronics. It was all these, and then just in the middle was buying a baseball team. So that maybe I didn't obviously select it, but I was thinking to myself, who put that in there? And are they talking about sponsoring a baseball team? How many people are buying baseball teams?
Maybe it was a minor league team. Maybe you got 10 friends together.
Could have been. We
Just
could,
bought
we could probably buy the Aqua Sox.
We probably could. You know what I would love to see them do? Play in Aqua Sox. If they played baseball in Aqua, I don't know why they haven't done that yet. flood the field, and just play in
You
aqua
should.
socks.
You should. You
might
should
be the
see
home
who you
field
could write.
advantage.
I guarantee they have a marketing person. You should call it a full buddy night, but it was your idea, marketing, for them to play in aqua socks, and you could like MC the whole night.
And when the whole team breaks their ankles and there's not a game ever again, then
And then
No, the aqua socks can go in cleats. They just
Oh,
have to be
okay.
noticed that they're wearing aqua socks.
yeah,
okay.
that's
that makes more sense. Why don't you just make the cleats look like aqua socks?
There'd be a
Ooh,
long
Like
line.
custom cleats.
Yeah, it'd be aqua socks giveaway night, and then you'd find them in Goodwill. Like,
No, you wouldn't. you do an aqua socks giveaway night and you just find the garbage just full of aqua socks when they went to leave the stadium.
these are genius. I don't know why you guys are my marketing team.
Yeah.
And which you could do it again because you could just get them all out of the garbage, wash them, and then do the night again because you wouldn't give that many away.
Over and over. Just rent a helicopter and just toss them down, thinking it's the greatest thing, and it's just banging into people's cars and causing accidents and stuff like that. All right, we've got Skarey Skelley's. It's been a while. First Skarey Skelley question. Jared Skelley, for those that don't know, is a Patreon. He's been with us forever. He would send us football questions for fantasy football, only to do the opposite. So I don't know. Do we answer these questions with the opposite answer that we want to give him?
Well, no, because he won't know. He won't know what to do. We'll answer it truthfully.
Okay, yeah.
the opposition.
Yeah. Best place to take a solo vacation in May if you already have the time scheduled off.
Jared, just let me know where you want to go. Maybe I can go with you.
Okay, do the opposite of that. Corey?
I'm pretty sure somebody's probably going to Vegas in May. You could tag along
I
with.
am going to Vegas.
When in May?
Are you going?
No.
I'm going May. I think 20. It's between Mother's Day and
Memorial Day.
Memorial Day.
Yeah, that's somewhere around 20th because that's when we were supposed to do our annual golf trip.
Oh, it's Sun Lakes.
That doesn't sound like it's going to happen now.
Why is that?
It's a long
lake
story.
dried up.
Long story that doesn't need to be on here.
Wait, is it? Is there drama involved or no?
Nah, not really.
I mean, as much drama as there is with a bunch of dudes.
Yeah.
So it's like not everyone can make it, kind of a thing.
No, it's like one person backed out.
It just wasn't like scheduled very
Like
well.
6 people, like, well, he's not going. I'm not going.
No, it was more like
Nobody wants to take the reins.
Oh,
Yeah. And then it just got. Now that it's March, it's hard to schedule stuff.
Why don't you just do 1 year here?
No, we're still thinking about trying to go somewhere because I mean it was about golfing, but it was also about hanging out. So at some point we need to figure out where to go.
What are the budgets? Like, is it like there is no budget or
No.
Oh, no, there is a budget.
Well, I know for some people.
That
I mean, some person had
and
to
that's-
borrow some parachute pants.
And that's the other thing. That budget for us to go there for almost a week usually was less than $500 for everybody.
Yeah, it's
so
like $500
you
a
can't
piece
schedule
usually.
a ton of stuff for a week to hang out. That's not going to cost more than $500. So that's kind of where also we're.
I'm pretty sure you could. You could probably. I'm guarantee you can Airbnb like a cool place
That's
for a
what
bunch of people,
yeah.
and it's under $5 a person.
Yeah, so we did a girls' trip last year, I think in April or May, and this was like with Shekinah, Veronica, Desi, obviously my wife, Mel, it was and Brittany, and it was a legit. It was out on Whidbey Island, Deception Pass. So my uncle owns Deception Pass Golf Course, or golf resort, or I don't know what he calls it, but it's a 9-hole golf. It's a 9-hole golf course.
Okay, there's where we're going. He's got cabins.
He's got.
Does he have an Airbnb
he's
available?
got an Airbnb single wide or double wide. An Airbnb double wide. It's also got putt golf as well. Simulators he just purchased in the shop in his big garage, and then also the frisbee golf. So that's why he calls it a golf. It's Deception Pass Golf, not resort, golf center. Everything golf. It's there. 9 holes. One you're hitting over a lake, So it's like not just like whatever. And I don't know but Husky fans are out there, a part of this group. But the takeoff areas where you throw the frisbee golf, he's got the old husky turf from a few years back. That is the turf that he got for the takeoff areas. So I don't know. I'm just saying, you've got simulators at night, and they've got the bar and grill. They've got karaoke. They've got it's a lot of fun. I don't know how much it'd be, but it's.
Is it for like if we were to do it a Tuesday through Friday?
Open
type
every
deal?
day. Yeah.
And
You guys stayed that many people all on that double wide?
No, he actually had just purchased it because he purchased the actual course before we got there, like a year and a half prior. The people that were living in that double wide had moved out like probably last year when we had like a month or two prior. So then he was stripping it and then making it a.
So there's other Airbnbs right around there too.
And we did did Airbnb, which is like 40 minutes away.
Yeah.
And that was like $300 a night, and it was big, and it slept all of us, and and we just split it all up. I mean, it was big.
Dude,
that's fun.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Good ideas.
Yeah. I'd say go look around, and then Deception Pass it. Like I could probably message my uncle that like 8 guys, or I don't know how many people would show up. When I went there, it's a good condition course. Like it's got good greens and all that. It would be like if Enumclaw had a 9-holer. It's some of the fairways are probably a little more rough, and some of than what you would. It's not like
that's how I golf.
Yeah,
rough.
So a lot of fun.
There you go, Jared. Your answer is almost having an idea to do something.
There you go, bud. Mercedes, Ferrari, Alpine, or McLaren finishing P2 after Red Bull this year.
Oh, I have my own opinion on that. Mercedes P1 because it's Lewis Hamilton's last year.
Mercedes P1. P1. Red Bull like doubled them.
Nope. Max Verstappen losing streak this year.
Who?
You heard him. He's
For
not
what?
McStoppin. He's going Max, not McStoppin.
I'm gonna go Ferrari. Ferrari P2. Mercedes is on the decline. Although I think they're rebuilding their whole car, so maybe.
I'm going to say Volkswagen P2. The Passat
It's too soon, man.
is going to be passing.
Too soon.
What? Are they not in it anymore?
They don't let Germans in.
Oh.
Yeah, too soon.
Too soon. Tesla.
Oh, they let him in. That's an easy win.
This is a question. Okay, so next question. This is for Jackson. Jackson, need you to pay attention. This is another nugget for you. From Jared Skelley, Skarey Skelleys. How do we fix baseball? I mean, it's just not like it was when we were younger. Did I lose a Patreon there?
Yeah, I think you might have.
I don't know.
Is it something about the shift?
I'd have to get more clarification on why.
We're gonna discuss that one day.
Yeah, I'd have to get more clarification on why he doesn't think it is like when we were younger. Because the honest truth is, the game itself isn't like it was when we were younger because it's taught at a younger level differently. You hit home runs now, and your swing is taught at 8 years old, 10 years old, with a velocity, exit velocity, and everything else is taught differently. So you see home runs and strikeouts.
They just want to
way
hit
more,
dingers, man.
You don't see Tony Gwynn anymore.
Yeah.
So if that's what he's talking about,
bring back Wade Boggs.
You're not going to fix it because the sport itself won't go backwards because of the revenue and what people want to see.
You know how you fix it? Banana ball.
That's part of it.
Here's my
banana ball rules.
Here's what I have to say on this one, Jared. I agree with what Craig's saying. I think
Craig got deep right there. That was pretty deep for him.
Deep left.
Yeah. Deep left field.
Deep left field. He went to the warning track on that one.
That was my coaching answer.
That was good. It was good. It was a great answer. I think we got a few different things. Culture's different. there's streaming services now, TikTok. There's stuff that it's like back in the day, we didn't have much to watch and be a part of, and baseball was on, so you'd watch it. It was, maybe you're looking forward to basketball or football season, but when baseball was on, it was always on in the background or on the radio. Your parents were probably playing it while they're in the garage working on something or doing some yard work. You'd always hear, Ron Fairley, Dave Niehaus. You'd just hear those voices, right? Plus, you have Griffey. You had baseball cards going crazy. But the main thing, I think, is that you didn't have select teams as much as you do now that dominate your life. And so anyone could have gone to Parks and Rec, played against their friends from school, and you would have amazing players on that team that should be playing probably on a select league. But back then they didn't have them as much. And so it was like, we can do this, I can do this. You would go to games. You were just invested just because I don't think there's a lot of other things taking your attention and also letting you know that you're never going to make it. Like you had that dream that you're going to make it even in middle school and even into high school, maybe a little bit. Like, oh, I think I could maybe. And then they got dashed because you suck compared to some other people.
I think the biggest thing you said was attention. I think people's attention span for things is so short now compared to with, like you said, how everything has so many options for every single thing you do. I will admittedly say I don't watch baseball games very much at all. But to keep somebody's attention for 9 innings of a baseball game in person or on TV is not easy to do when there's so much other things going on and so many other things that are shorter. So they have to try to infuse it to try to keep your attention. So it's not going to be the same because the attention span of people is nothing.
Right. I mean, we were playing Kangaroo Juniors baseball on Nintendo, Super Nintendo, RBI baseball. I mean, it's all there, but you can't do that again. Like, it's just not, and things always become more complicated. I think that's the thing. We overcomplicate everything. And so then the simpler thing that can come out, anyone can do. And so, just imagine playing RBI baseball compared to trying now playing the show. I mean, show's probably super fun, but you're throwing sliders, changeups, trying to hit within a box. I mean, everything's more complicated. And I think,
yeah, because the guys, like you said, like when you used to watch it, the elite guys were elite, but there were some guys that were there where you're like, that could be a garbage man as well.
Right.
Like,
yes.
Like you could see like normal people, but they were making levels of that. And you don't they've gotten so much with like perfection and like elite athletes that pretty much if you're there, you're like a top tier elite guy. There's no like normal garbage type of guys making these teams anymore.
Right. But Craig's right. I think it's and kids they get, so now that we live in a culture of excellence, you have to be perfect. Well, we got to perfect that swing at age 8, and it's like, and then you've got the people that have the money. Like back in the day, NASCAR race cars, that costs a lot of money. So you'd have car dealer owners or car owners like Casey Kane. His dad was already racing in the racing business prior to Casey Kane, but Casey was around. I don't think his dad raced, but he owned race cars, and that's what you kind of see. And then you see these people, the kids of the kind of the richer owners get all this play time with it, and then they move up higher and get into higher levels, and they have the money to do that. I don't have the money.
Well, they all get handlers
to put my kid into some select anything right now.
Like all of them have handlers. They're training them to do certain things. They're not I think that's why, like, you look at like Jason Kelsey, why his appeal to people is because if you watch him, he feels like the everyman. Like he's out there drinking beer, doing stuff. And you don't have that a lot because a lot of the athletes are trained to be a certain way for business. It's all business.
Right.
You're there doing your job and you have to act and do a certain way. You're not really the everyman that it used to be. I think that's why it appeals to people.
Well, I think at the end of the day, too, the one constant, and this is maybe a topic for another podcast because you could go into it with a lot of different people. But in my opinion, even when we were watching baseball, before we were watching baseball, and now, Major League Baseball, MLB, and I know there's a stat out there proving it, the hardest sport to make it professionally in. I 100% believe that.
Oh, yeah.
And I know that there's a stat out there. The amount of Major League Baseball players in the last 100 years is a third of NFL, NBA, any of that type of stuff. So at the end of the day, the game's progressed to mainstream, but it's still just as hard to make. So now you don't have a watered down, I guess, in a roundabout way. It's not a watered down sport. So it's still so hard to get to that a lot of people don't pay attention, like Corey said, for 9 innings to watch it. But unless you really know a name, you don't really care about it, right? You could take the 5th or 6th man on an NBA team, and somebody that likes basketball, right, knows that guy. Yeah. I love baseball, but I'll be the first to admit I don't watch an enormous amount of baseball. But guess what? I probably know the 7th hitter on random teams better than most people do because I like baseball. Right. But not everybody's like that. Most people, if you go down a Major League roster and talk to an average person that watches games every once in a while, besides their own home team or whatever their favorite team is, they could probably name 2 or 3 people in that lineup, if that.
Unless you got Jackson, and Jackson knows everything right down to what high school they played at.
He's a savant.
But how many people that are just general
I know
football watchers can name 7 or 8 people from an NFL team? Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and baseball has more longevity for those that are good. I mean, you're going to have a pitcher pitch, for 12 years, 10 years.
Maybe 20 if he throws a knuckle.
Or underhand. Constant underhand, just nice long floaters. But that's why baseball's dead, or appears to be dead. I think it's because people need to catch the vision.
Oh, it's not dead money wise.
It's not dead bunny even bunny wise.
Well, they got lots of buddies.
They got bunny.
Hey, I'm still trying to hit up all the stadiums.
You know what? As long as Marty O'Shea's there, I'm in.
Marty O'Shea. Let's get those hoodies made.
I'll welcome
Day,
Marty O'Shea.
Marty O'Shea.
Hey, I have not been to Mets yet. If we get those hoodies, I'll wear it. I'll wear it to the game.
All right, a couple more questions from Jared, who actually
he's got multiple. Whoa, what's going on here? Is he trying to make up for the last month?
Dude, he ended it with, "I'm tired. I need to lay down." 2 more questions, and then we'll get into the Veronica's hot topic. Too early to start golfing this season? ?
Is it ever too early?
I almost did it the other day when we had like a nice 56-degree day, not like a week ago.
It is too early. It's before my once a year, so yeah.
Are you the groundhog? Are you the golf groundhog?
Yeah,
I tell you your shadow.
I go out there with one club.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not a good enough golfer to golf for like November through now because I don't want to be cold and suck. But it's really never too early if you want to go out and don't care.
Right. Agreed. I golfed at Southern California, Palm Desert area, month ago. I had the most fun of my life. Not the most fun of my life, but I had a great time. And so, yeah, do I miss it? Absolutely. And wish it was a nice taste, and I wish I was kind of getting my swing back towards the end. But yeah, I miss it big time. But I don't think it's too early. No, I mean, but it's cold. You gotta find your day. That's the thing.
It's too early. Right now it's ping pong season.
But
plus I can't go at 6 a.m. It's still dark.
Yeah, and Craig's rocking the Sage Hills Golf and RV Resort hat, which maybe that's where you guys go too.
Well, there's no cabins.
Just rent 2 large trailers and put people. Get 2 horse trailers and time out there. Current video game getting most of your attention currently?
I haven't played in like a month, but it was Starfield for a while.
Was that you or me?
You.
Starfield. I do remember talking about that. Remind the listeners what Starfield is.
It's basically like a space exploration game. You go
Now-
out and you can customize your guy and you go do all these missions. It's like Fallout kind of.
Does it render new areas? Like, does AI randomly generate this place that you're going to go visit, or
They generate the areas, but there's only like I would say maybe 8 to 10 generations of like certain when you land on a planet of what's there. Like after a while, you get the same. Like you've landed at a planet because there's like solar systems galore.
Yeah.
But eventually you'll run into like the same setup on a different planet because they only have so many.
And do you mine it? Do you just explore it?
I just explore and play.
Do you fight on it? Are there people
Yeah.
that are trying to fight you?
Yeah.
And
It's like basically like Fallout. I'm between that and I went back to Cyberpunk for a little bit because they had an update for it.
is it sweet?
That was pretty good.
Were you naked in it?
In Cyberpunk?
Yeah.
When I played or
Yeah,
in the
what you
game?
play in the game.
Well,
Both.
what's weird is I was naked playing, and then they had me in the game somehow. Like,
Whoa.
Yeah.
Was this Tron?
Me in the game.
Is that you?
It was weird.
Whoa. And you're
Yeah.
like, wait, that's a reflection on the TV.
Yeah.
My TV's off.
I haven't even put the game on yet.
I haven't turned
It's been
anything
2
on
hours.
yet.
2 hours of this.
This is so realistic. This guy's
It was just me customizing my character.
this guy's just standing there staring at me.
Like, why won't he turn when I hit the remote cord?
I'm gonna take a wild guess on the Craig current video game. I'm gonna say none.
Yeah, it's
playing Candy Crush.
it's been probably I've maybe played video games once in the last 6 months, and it was Cyberpunk. But
Are you naked?
no, I actually
That
saw Corey in my game. I don't get it.
I've infiltrated.
I will be going back and maybe playing some Borderlands though. Now there's a movie coming
The
out.
movie, yeah, my kids love Borderlands.
Yes,
man.
so do I. It's a great game.
That's the last game that I played like co-op in.
That's the last game you played co-op in?
Yeah.
Dude, he played co-op with us. We got him in there. I got all 3 of them. Jack's Secret, whatever it's called. Handsome Jack.
You went full
Handsome Jack.
handsome Jack.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Mine is PUBG, Players Unknown's Battlegrounds.
That's still a thing?
Yeah, dude, because they keep updating it. And they keep new maps and
They kept putting
Dude.
microtransactions out there so you had to spend
No.
more money on skins?
No, I haven't bought. This is
But
the
they
only,
keep putting new ones out.
They do.
Yeah.
But I don't buy them. They don't do anything for you. If they did something where it's like they kind of hid you a little bit better, they don't. They improve your ability to play 0. And so I've been playing with my cousin Aaron non-stop, man, like 4 or 5 nights a week. Love it. But here's what I've been doing. So I know this isn't part of the same thing, but I've given up slot machines for Lent. Have I told you guys this yet?
No.
So Lent, I never usually give stuff up. I think the last time I gave anything up was probably back when I was a high schooler and gave up, something like it was like fast food. I remember that actually. It was fast food. But for Lent this year, I realized that the majority of where my money goes is a slot machine.
You just realized that?
Yeah.
I think we talked about this where you could do in taxes based on slot machines. So I would
Yeah.
hope you realized it.
I thought the slot machine did the taxes for you.
I would play that one
You
right
just,
now.
you just hit it and it did the taxes.
Shout out Corey. Shout out Corey Koopman. She's my tax lady right now. And no, if there was a machine that I could just go do that, I'm sure she would appreciate it too.
She should make a machine that you can go in there and like you can win something, but you got to put like $100 in.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, you either get your taxes done for free or you
Dude,
win something.
I'd play taxes.
It's like I just spent $600,
try to get my taxes.
and they're like, "Well, sir, you could have just spent $300 and actually had us do it."
But
But I was trying to win it.
This is good. This is the going deep with me on this one. Okay, I realized something when I gave up slot machines. I still play table games and I still play sports betting. Table games go slower. Sports betting goes really slow compared to a slot machine. You're looking forward to the game when it comes to sports betting. It's like it could be that night or the next day. And you don't instantly lose. You don't instantly win. Table games, the hands go slower. And you can kind of keep your emotions in check. It almost makes you realize that you're there to make money. Where slot machines, you can, for me anyways, I realized on my fast from this is that it's turning me into, or what it was doing, it was really affecting my emotions. I love the games. Games are so much fun. Oh, I'm 2 away from a bonus. I almost got the bonus, but the next spin, I'm going to get it. Nope, didn't get it, but I got close. Nope, didn't get it, but I got close. And it's faster, and there's more emotion. If I lose, I'm mad at that machine, and now I'm going to take more money, and I'm going to win. I'm going to show everyone that I'm smart at this machine, and even though it's just a stupid random machine. So I started playing blackjack, and I'm not joking. I lose. If I win 50, I leave. The other night, I was there for 12 hands. I won $75. I left. I actually had gotten up to 110, and I said, okay, I'm going to lose 2 more hands. I'm not going to get below 75. And if I win, I win, and then I'll just keep adjusting accordingly. I lost 2 hands, down to 75, got up and left. I'm up money right now because I'm just cashing out at like $50, $75. There's one point I did get up to $190. Have I lost? Yes, I have lost, but not nearly like I would with slot machines. And it's like, well, I'll just get it back in the next day or two. My losses are minimal too. It's not like I'm losing hundreds and hundreds of dollars like I would at a slot machine. So but here's the thing. I know in my heart, as a believer in God, that I'm doing this Lent thing for, which, again, makes probably no sense to everyone. Gambling and Lent and what? But it's like, I would feel absolutely like I'm betraying the Lord if I played a slot machine before Easter. That's when Lent's over. So what I also am realizing that I'm possibly doing, because once Easter's over, man, I can go play a slot. So I'm actually kind of in a habit of driving to the casino, going in there more often, sitting at a table, winning 50. But I think that this could hurt me if I then have the freedom to go play slots. Like, I'm like, dude, this could be, right now it's going good. And I probably feel very confident and secure.
You need a permanent Lent, is what you're saying,
dude. I don't know, or maybe it's like I only play slots like in Vegas, but just not.
Or you only play slots with the money that you won from blackjack.
That's a good idea too. But I know I can't stick to that.
But the problem with the slots is it rewires your brain just like anything else. Like a video game, right, where you do all these stupid missions to get a reward. Like they basically cycle you through this stuff. Like it triggers your brain because you got something. I did it. I figured that's the slot machine triggers you. That's why you win every once in a while. Because then it triggers that in your brain. You get some dopamine going. And you're like, oh yeah, that's just rewiring your brain. I mean, everybody does it.
Everyone does it.
Like that's why people play them. You get that joy, and then you get pissed and you get the joy again. It's a slot roller coaster.
Never-ending slot cycle.
Just searching for dopamine hits, man.
Have you guys given up anything for Lent ever in your past that you can remember?
No.
Nobody's ever asked me to do it with them, though. Maybe I would have.
I would have gave up slots.
What would be something?
I would have did it with you.
What would be something difficult for you to give up? Because essentially, what's
driving
Lent's supposed to do,
breathing.
Lent's supposed to do is it like, and obviously I needed excuses to quit slots. I fully understand that. But some people give up chocolate, or they give up beer, or they give up social media, or they give up something that's not necessarily either good for them, but not necessarily super bad for them. And it actually, by the end of it, they have a newfound appreciation for it.
Like you're supposed to give up something attainable, so you in the end you get like the feeling of like you did it.
That you said no. We're so used to putting check marks in the yes column for, I want to eat this. I want McDonald's. I'm going to have that. If I want to, and so then we put some no's in there. It kind of helps like balance you where you're not just living in the moment of your flesh, of like what you want, your body desires. But at the end of it, you also have a newfound appreciation for it. So now you can do it. Now I can have a beer. I've been giving up beer. Now I can have a beer, and I can enjoy it, and or chocolate, or even social, but it's a little more responsible.
You know what the hardest thing for me right now would be?
What?
is I've wired my habit of. So it used to be energy drinks,
Pumpkins.
right? Yes, pumpkins. It
Pumpkin
used to be energy drinks. I had wired myself that I had to have it. If I didn't have it that day, I thought something was wrong.
Yeah.
I would walk to the aisle without even realizing it. Like if I was going on lunch or break, like I was there. Like I just went to where
and
it was,
habit
right?
walking down that.
So I eventually kicked energy drinks. But then I got on these sparkling ice drinks, right? With the caffeine. It's not as bad for you, but I started drinking them. I started with 1. And I'm like, this isn't bad. I'm at 2. Now I'm like 3 a day. And it would be so hard to break that habit because now it's almost like I break my day up.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm going to make it till break. I go get my drink. Make it to lunch, go get my drink.
Your dopamine.
Yeah, it's almost like I'm hitting those moments
Yeah.
with that drink. So giving that up, I think, would be the hardest thing for me right now because it's so wired right now.
Would
with
you be
habit.
willing to do it
I'd try.
for a month?
I'd try, yeah.
Would you try?
Yeah.
March 31st.
Like, start now?
Right now.
Well, I got some in the fridge when I get home. I'll start tomorrow.
Tomorrow's March 1st.
Oh, yeah, then I'll start tomorrow.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Full March.
All right. You can't go to the slot machine.
Are you going to do energy drinks instead?
No.
So no energy drinks, no sparkling ice.
Yeah.
Just cocaine.
you didn't say I couldn't do drugs. Go Lent.
Craig, other than the show, what would be very difficult for you to give up?
I've never really had.
Being this awesome.
Oh, that'd be impossible. Obviously. I don't know. That's a tough question for me because I've never really had a vice, if you want to call it that. I've never had that. I don't have something that I do every day that I need. Honestly, I never have.
Could you give up watching sports for a month?
Yeah.
Like anything sports related for 1 month?
Yeah, I could.
I feel like that'd be
Oh,
difficult.
you know what's weird? I will admit this. In the last year to 2 years, I check Twitter a ton. I'm a Twitter guy.
You lurk though.
I especially mostly it is sports.
Yeah.
That being said,
yeah.
but I check stuff on Twitter.
There you go.
So
Be
there you
Twitter
go.
free.
There you go.
Twitter free.
Could you do it?
Yeah, I could do anything because I don't.
Okay, you're doing it
All right.
for the rest of March. Starting March 1st to March 31st. No Twitter at all. You're going through March Madness?
I know. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Whoa. You can get news on Bleacher Report about March Madness.
No, it's so easy and accessible.
That would be tough.
Well, you
would
know
be
what?
so tough
That
to
sounds
do
like
March.
somebody that's not committed who just said they can do anything.
Hey, put it this way. So I've never did anything for Lent.
Hey, don't try to prove it to us.
No,
Prove
I'm
it
telling
to
you though.
yourself.
I've never did. Never did anything for Lent.
Hey, don't worry. I'll give up Instagram.
But yeah, I'll give up everything else. Every other social media.
I don't have any vices except Twitter.
You know what you're like? I know you're going to get to your thing, but you know what you're like? You're like the rich man that came to Jesus and said, hey, I haven't done anything else. And Jesus is like, all right, give up your riches. Oh, I don't know about that, man.
No, I'm the guy that buried the talent.
Oh, yeah, that is. That's true. Means you're going to kill me.
So
Bury the talent. Keep going. All
no,
right,
so what I was saying is a lot of people do stuff in January. You get your New Year's resolutions. You try to do stuff.
Right.
I've never thought that was a good idea because it doesn't ever pan out.
No.
Right?
It's February 1st.
So most of the time, I will do something in February if I can. If I don't have a lot, like for instance, today is the last day of February. I didn't have one drop of alcohol the entire month of February. And typically for me, that's kind of just hey, not that I drink a lot anyway.
What if you under your breath, like only a few people could hear it, they heard rubbing right before alcohol? I've had a drop of rubbing all the entire month.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't drink a lot anyway, but just knowing that there were Super Bowl,
That's crazy.
there were circumstances where that I typically would have a beer that I didn't the entire month.
Did you lose weight?
Yeah.
Say your face looks a little thinner.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
No, it's just me.
No, I mean, it is.
I'm wearing black, so it makes my face look thinner.
I can do the opposite now. I can drink beer instead of sparkling ice.
Woo!
I'm giving.
I'm gonna come over to Corey's house and just pound sparkling ices right in front of him. Like, dude, I just had 4 of them.
Or just dump them out in front of them too.
They're delicious. You know what I also learned? We had talked one part about like your taste buds changing. Like every 7 years, like your taste buds get different. Like you start eating different things. I haven't had a Mountain Dew in years, right?
You had it.
And I bought a Code Red the other day, and I took it home to drink it, and it tasted terrible.
Oh, wow.
I dumped it out.
Well, because Code Red's terrible anyway.
It was the best thing ever.
The
I
only-
loved
You
Code
lived
Red.
off of
I
that.
loved
The only
Code
Mountain
Red.
Dew I ever liked was Livewire. And
The
part of me
orange?
was because it's only going to be here during the summer, so I got to drink it.
You need to go down to KFC and get their limited edition Mountain Dew they got. The only ones in Bonnie Lake.
What are you, Macho Man Randy Savage over there?
I was trying to remember what it was called, and I couldn't.
Oh, R.I.P. Virgil.
I think it's called
Oh
Lightning.
yeah, I thought. I always, when I see someone that's passed away in the WWE, I always think of you guys, and I go, I wonder how they're taking it.
Oh, I sent it out in our text like I do everybody.
Vigil for Virgil. I think that's what he said.
All right, so here's Veronica's hot topic. Veronica, also, if you're new to this, she's the Patreon. She says we talk too much about sports and dumb stuff like that. But so we need to talk about the ladies' things every once in a while. Now, this one, she just had one word. So we're going to interpret it the best way that we can, and that is fetishes. So I guess fetishes, I'm going to say some things, and then you're going to say yay or nay.
Like kinks?
Yeah. Okay. Are you okay?
I mean,
That's fine.
Say yes or no?
I personally think that one word, what she was really asking us. You want
Yeah, I would love to hear what.
This is what I think she's asking.
Yeah.
It's not for me, but I have no problem with women posting foot pictures to make money. That's what I think she was asking.
and it's
If
also,
it's okay.
it is for me, and I've tried doing it, but the women that sell their underwear on eBay, it did not work for me, but more power to you.
Oh, meaning that you bought them and they weren't.
No, I tried to
used?
sell mine.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Nobody bought them. It's not the same.
Fetishes. Who has a foot fetish? Yes or no? Be honest. I don't have one. No.
No.
I don't even have, I don't fetish shame, but, there's not a lot of things that I'm,
Super into.
yeah, it would be either way. I'm just in.
Would you be
Just
okay
I'd probably try it.
because it doesn't mean anything to you? Would you be okay with your wife or significant other selling her feet on the internet? I, for one, I think I can guess Craig's answer is the same as mine. No. Go for it. Make as much money with those little toes that you possibly can. Agree or disagree, Craig?
I agree. I know Carrie would, but
Right.
yes, I agree.
I agree.
Good luck. Enjoy.
You say the same thing?
Yeah.
Would you break up with her?
No.
Okay. All right. Next question.
Was that question just about feet? Was that the first one for
that's the
real?
first one.
Okay.
Yeah. If you're into it,
I thought Craig was making it up.
No,
B-
I just that's why I thought the question was.
Oh, okay.
BDSM,
Hmm.
leather, whips, the works. You in? Are you out?
I'm not into it, but if I was with somebody and was like, I really, really want to do this, I'd probably attempt it or try it.
Put the kids away, by the way, if anyone's listening with their children. Put the kids away for this part. So you'd be open.
It's not something I've ever been into.
Yeah.
But I'd be if it was something that was they were dead set, this is what I really, really want to do, I would probably attempt it. It'd be hard for me not to be so nice and be mean, "Arr, here it comes."
I don't see any issues with it. I don't know if it would be for me because I'm not sure they can make anchor bolts for me to strap up on the ceiling that high.
For your stand and stuff?
Because I'd want a pretty secure swing.
When you don't want
All right, yeah. We got interrupted with a phone call there, so it kind of killed the mood. You ever have that happen when you're getting hot and heavy with your significant?
Oh, we were talking about sex swings. That's
Yeah.
what it was.
And then next-
Craig was swinging from the rafters.
And the next thing, this chair just broke. And then,
It did. You're about to go down. Man's about to go down. The leg is broke.
What I was gonna say is if you've ever seen him.
That might be what happened if I tried to bolt a swing. To the ceiling.
You don't want a sweaty ginger swinging from the ceiling. That's not a good place to have
Well,
one.
I'm sure some people would.
Maybe. You know what? Again,
That a
don't
fetish?
judge your fetish. If you got a sweat fetish,
the one thing that I can never get into, I'm a face guy. I love faces. Okay, I love faces. Faces, smiles, eyes. I love faces. So when somebody's got some freaking like leather mask on over their face, does nothing for me. I'm actually kind of probably repulsed by it.
Well, a lot of people, it's like they want to be like turn off their brain.
Corey.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
it's a domineering thing.
Yeah. Cousins from Canada. A lot of people.
Yeah.
So Corey,
remember Steve?
Just share. Go ahead. Just keep sharing.
I'm saying,
what do you like about
it's
it?
about that. Like, a lot of them want to turn off their brain and
Yeah.
have somebody that's basically like they're dominating them and telling them what to do. They don't make decisions. They do what they're told.
No, I get that, but I need to see a face. They can.
You're gonna do what you're told. That's what I'm saying. If you're the one getting that, you like that. You don't. It wouldn't matter.
Okay, I could get into that with a face. Is what I'm saying. Like I have no.
Well, yeah. I
problem.
mean, you don't have to have
But
a
if you
mask.
show up with a mask on, covering your face.
What if it's a? What if?
That
What if the
chair's
mask?
Here's a Jenga.
What if the mask is just a leather mask, but it's of their face? Like it's a mask of a man. You'd be into that?
Or myself.
It's just you. It's just you yelling at yourself.
I don't like this.
Why am I turned on right now?
Craig,
I answered.
could
Swing.
Could you handle the no face?
Oh, yeah. I don't. If I was into that, I don't think it would matter.
Could you guys blindfolded? Could you guys handle being blindfolded?
Probably.
What if a man walks in?
I mean, I guess I
Once
would.
you blindfold, the whole game, all's fair.
I mean, I guess I would want to. I would know where I was.
What if all of a sudden you hear your wife's voice, but it's not her voice, but it's a deeper voice saying, "All right, I'm ready."
Well, I mean, just because you're blindfolded doesn't mean the rest of your body doesn't work. Like, I just better lay here and just do whatever then.
What if you were more surprised about how more turned on you got by that aspect? What would scare you more, that voice or that you're getting super ready to go?
This blindfold needs to come off right now.
Would you think? Would you much rather be the blindfolded, or would you much rather have be the blindfoldee? If that makes sense.
It's the
Basically,
same thing.
Yeah.
no.
you mean-
Basically,
I'd
either she's
probably rather
blindfolded or
them
you're
be the
blindfolded.
blindfolded one.
You'd want to be blindfolded.
Yeah. I mean, I've had conversations like randomly about stuff like that, and I'd probably rather be that, like they were into it, and then I'm trying to like do that for them. Because I'm kind of indifferent. I'm not in like I'm.
Yeah. So you're saying that
Since I'm not into it, I wouldn't want to be like wrapped up in chains and. But if that's what you want to do,
the whips and
I'll like
chains
get
excite
into
you.
yeah.
Nah, come on.
Like I'm not going to choke you out of nowhere. But if you ask, I'll be sure.
What if it was the Undertaker doing the choke slam?
I'm gonna give him a tombstone.
What if he's the undie taker?
Here's a pile driver.
What if he takes your undies off and then choke
That's
slams
a
you?
you know what? That's a pretty good porn name.
The undie taker.
The Undertaker.
And he just
you
shows
show up looking like the Undertaker. That's a brilliant porn name.
Hey, let's
You
not
open
get.
you open a coffin. You open a coffin on your crotch.
Hey.
And all of a sudden he just
Let's
he comes to life down below.
That's a solid porn name.
let's not get too far off topic, because all three of us would let the Undertaker choke slam us naked. You know that for a fact. Yes, he would.
wait.
Yes, he would.
not.
Are we,
You would.
Are we both naked?
And what's he using to choke slam us?
I think we just found out Craig's
Craig.
thing.
Craig has got both hands
I think
in his
Craig-
hoodie right now. He's
Yes.
fighting a monster right now.
Craig would let any
He's
wrestler
wrestling over
do
there.
whatever their finishing move on him.
Oh, this is disgusting, but hilarious all at the same time. That was probably if anyone clips that, that's probably our greatest moment the past 5 minutes. I would say this, though, concerning, I'm a reaction guy. That's why I like to tell jokes. I like to, be an idiot because I like to see people's reactions. So I would much rather have them be blindfolded, and then I would come up with ideas of, maybe I'll get a feather, and maybe I'll get a little whip, and maybe I'll get a little hot wax, and maybe I'll get a little sledgehammer, stuff like that.
I escalated this to a hammer.
Maybe. Yeah.
If she says harder one time, the sledgehammer's coming right out.
It's either going to be super cool or murder one.
He's just tickling with a feather. Harder. Oh, you got it.
Stab her with the other end of the feather. Craig?
I'm very unique. I think we should both be blindfolded.
That'd be
The fun is you get naked, blindfold on the separate sides of the room, and you just got to find each other. Just got to find each other. If nobody's home, you can just have the whole house and start at one side.
Oh man, what a good topic. We should,
Hide and go seek,
Yeah.
blindfolded,
Naked hide and go seek.
Yeah.
You know what? That's a good.
That's dangerous,
That's a good
though.
adult game.
yeah.
Naked hide and go seek.
Naked hide and go seek. Do it.
Yeah.
Forget the twister. Forget naked twister. Play in your neighborhood. Naked hide and go seek.
Well, no,
like
stay
the
in your
good
house.
old
Stay in your
days.
house, please.
Out in your yard, wandering.
You just why did
I ended up drowning.
Why did I see a door open? I think Craig went outside.
Yeah. Goodness. That was fun.
You know he's in his pool naked all the time anyway.
Yeah.
You know he does.
And he says, Gary, come find me. Not again, Craig. I know
Marco, penis.
Marco dildo.
For who?
What?
For nothing.
What?
Was that the last hot topic?
That was we got
Okay.
yes. So
I just make sure we answered him.
yeah, we answered it. I hope.
Yeah, I want to make sure they keep coming.
Yeah. Oh, and on
Just
that
like this
one.
topic.
Yeah. Oh. Man. All right. Well, let's do our shout outs or shit outs. Craig.
I'm going to do a shout out to both.
What happened to you? I can't hear you.
I can't hear anything.
I think you adjusted the microphone. No, you and turn it off.
Can you hear me? Am I still here?
I can hear you.
All right.
Pull that up. Slide it up. Slide it up. Slide it up. Slide the whole thing up. All of it. Into that. There we go. And then there should be an on-off switch.
Hit pause for a sec. What is he doing over there?
That was ridiculous. Been doing this 3 years. That's never happened.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Hey, new.
Performance anxiety.
Oh, man,
talk about fetishes.
we should probably never even do a show again. This is it.
This is it. I gotta retire.
I got a shout out. I can't speak.
Craig.
I felt like I was being silenced for some reason.
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
Shout out or shit out?
Oh, okay.
Shit out to these mics.
Okay, Corey, do you?
I want to say thank you to Dan because we didn't end up talking about it.
That's right.
Your newest
It out.
newest member and one of the 9 people that listen, and it wasn't even brought up. We had so much other nonsense to talk about.
So I just want to say thank you for the chili, and I tried it, and it was delicious. And now I'm going to end up through the whole menu eventually because everything has been delicious. But I will say this: eventually, I'm going to show up in person, which
I'll take you.
for anybody that listens knows that I don't go anywhere in
Hey,
person.
here's the deal.
But my request is, if I don't know how the food truck industry is or what your costs are, but if there's some type of meatloaf that ends up happening, I am there like the next day.
Where you want to let your meatloaf?
if there's a meatloaf sandwich or something, like I'm there the next day.
Here's
That's
the
all
thing.
I'm saying.
When Craig found out that there's a Travis Kenny, is this real? And that was pretty cool to be able to deliver that. I'm like, I wonder how he feels about that because I'm on the menu with Mazatlan and now with Chef Country Kitchen. Craig, how do you feel?
I feel fine. I still order the Bentley burrito even though Andy refuses to make it on the menu, so it's all good. I'll find something to continue ordering at the food truck and
Because you can't miss. So.
yeah. So I'll just find something, or I'll just refer to every time I order something, I'll just put Bentley in front of it. So
Is this like pig Latin?
Like that's not on the menu, sir. What is your special?
So
Because it's not. If it was shepherd's pie too, that's another thing. I'm there.
he hit me up with an idea, and and I get it. It's a funny play, Basically, it's chicken and meatballs in a creamy sauce pasta, and I get it. I mean, there's some junior high humor in there. But I was like, it'd be so funny if you made it though. Mine would be the mini corn dog meal. I really wanted to try Travis's mini corn dog meal, like mini corn dog.
With like French fries or something?
Yeah,
like,
it would just be
little...
just mini stuff, little carrots, baby carrots. It's just everything that would be a small reference to a
it should
tiny
be,
wiener.
It should be the Travis Kenny Munchie meal, like a play off that Jack in the Box thing.
Not a big deal.
Not a big deal. Travis Kenny's Munchie meal. Boom.
There you go.
Whoa. Dude, we're starting our own marketing firm.
Yeah, you guys are. The Bentley marketing firm.
Yes.
The Bentley firm.
Hey, that's what we were both. Hey, I'll be honest. That's what we were both going to go to school for. We're just late. We're just 20 years late doing this.
And didn't go to school.
So good. So yeah, shout out. And you got yourself, so you ordered your normal.
Well, I ordered my normal tuna, because I love, if meatloaf's my favorite, tuna's second and shepherd's pie is my favorite. Yeah. So I went tuna solid, and then I got a cup of the chili that we were talking about that he sent with
for
it
free.
And I was like, I felt like a very, very VIP member.
You probably did.
And it was delicious, and now I know that I can just order that as well because it was so good.
Nice. See, and Dan hooks.
So that was why I was saying thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Dan. Craig,
what?
Shout out or shit out?
I already did it.
No, you didn't.
You didn't hear him. He was doing it the whole time his mic was off.
Yeah. You know what? I'll shout out to both Jared and Veronica,
and whoever donated that.
And yes, and if you donated that,
it's fine.
And yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah,
my daughter loves it. She wears it. So thank you, whoever you are.
Craig wouldn't have bought it for her.
No, I wouldn't have.
So it's very cool.
I would have just came here and been like, I need a pink sweatshirt, and grabbed it and walked out.
I'm gonna shout out. This is kind of more of a solemn shout out. Neighbor passed away, Doug Wagner. He passed away about 2 weeks ago, maybe. I think middle of February. I just found out about it a few days ago. This guy was such an awesome dude to talk with. Walk by, he'd be painting his fence, he'd be working on something. He was, he's putting together some project, entertaining the grandkids. Always had a nice word as I walked to work. He was in the insurance industry, and so he knew the verbiage that I would be using. And anyway, just a really solid dude. So heart and prayers and everything goes out to his family, and just really, the bummer. I wish I could go. When it comes to funerals, it's a bummer, or celebrations of life, or however you look at it. When they're during the week, those are the roughest, because it's like, darn, I obviously I can't take the time off, but just really hope that he gets celebrated well. I know he will. Anyway, it's just a really, really nice, genuine dude. See him at the golf course. He'd be out there on the putting green. He'd be out there. I feel like he golfed all the time, and because I'd be out there and I'd see him. But real good dude. So shout out to Doug Wagner. And hey, with that, everyone have a good week, and it's thanks for all the topics, and keep hitting us up with more questions, and even you out there that listen, Holly and Amanda and anyone else that would ask us questions. It always makes it more fun for us. So appreciate you guys. Have a great week. Take care.
Hit us up. Come on. Be a guest.
Whoa, that was different. Goodbye.
Craig's still talking about his fetishes.